Let me paint a picture for you. You have type 2 diabetes, you're trying to eat better, you skip the sugar, you cut the carbs, you pass on the dessert, and you're feeling pretty darn good about your progress. You feel like you're doing the right thing, but there's a saboteur still hiding in your kitchen. What is it? Seed oils. Now hold on, before you say it's just oil, let me show you why this stuff might be the one thing quietly wrecking your progress, especially if you're fighting type 2 diabetes like I am. Quick thing before we dig in, I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on YouTube or Netflix. None of this is medical advice. This is me sharing what I've learned, what I've researched while working to reverse my type 2 diabetes. So please talk to your medical professionals before you make any changes. Cool? Let's do it. So you've probably heard of canola oil, soybean oil, corn oil. Maybe even thought they sounded healthy. After all, they're in everything from salad dressing to even into healthy protein bars. But the name vegetable oil is just clever branding because, spoiler, these oils don't come from vegetables. Not even close. We're talking about industrial seed oils, and these include things like canola, sometimes called rapeseed oil, soybean, corn, sunflower, safflower, cottonseed, and a variety of other things like grapeseed is another one, rice bran. The truth is, these oils were never meant to be food. You just don't press a soybean and get oil like you do from an olive. It doesn't work that way. You have to beat it, boil it, and bathe it in toxic chemicals to make it into something remotely edible and not healthy for you. And here's where things get really gross. So how exactly do they make this stuff? Well, I'm glad you asked. First, they actually mechanically crush the seeds at extremely high heat, 400 to 500 degrees. That alone starts oxidizing the fats, which already begins to turn the oil rancid. But it gets worse. Next, they add a chemical solvent called hexane. Hexane is actually a petroleum byproduct used in glue and degreasers. Its job is to extract every last drop of oil from the seed mash. Then they try to remove the hexane, but trace amounts can still stick around, getting into your body. Now from there, the oil is sticky, it's brown, and it smells terrible. It's like something rotting, like engine cleaner. So now it has to be cleaned up. So what do? They treat it with something called sodium hydroxide. It's an industrial lye, which is a poison, and that they use that to neutralize acidity. Then they bleach it with activated clay or fuller's earth to make it look golden. But the smell is still a problem. It's still awful, rancid smelling. That's where the deodorizing process comes in. Now, this involves superheating the oil again to over 400 degrees Fahrenheit under a vacuum, and then they inject it with steam and chemicals, including citric acid or phosphoric acid, to neutralize the odors and bind the metals. Basically, what we've done is we've turned a toxic sludge into a golden bottle of heart-healthy nonsense. And nearly every nutrient that was once in the seed is gone. So you have to understand that the seed isn't the enemy. The seed was never meant to produce oil, but all the nutrients are now gone. Now, if that doesn't scare you, this next part just might. Why does this matter for your health, especially if you have type 2 diabetes? Well, because these oils are loaded with something called omega-6 polyunsaturated fats. Those break down into highly unstable compounds when exposed to heat or light. When you eat them, they oxidize inside your body and they actually trigger inflammation. Now, that chronic low-grade inflammation, that's one of the key drivers of insulin resistance. Now, let me break this down further. I'll make it really simple. Inflammation from that oil leads to insulin dysfunction. Insulin dysfunction leads to blood sugar spikes. Blood sugar spikes leads to diabetes chaos. And it doesn't stop there. Seed oils also interfere with your mitochondria. Those are your body's energy factories. So that leads to fatigue, weight gain, and metabolic slowdown. They actually damage the walls of your cells. They get stored as visceral fat in places like your liver, and they even mess with your gut lining, your hormones, and your brain. In short, seed oils are a total system disruptor. So why are they still in everything? Valid question, right? Well, there are 3 reasons. Number 1, they're cheap. I mean, they're industrial processed foods. Chemicals are cheap and makes the product cheap. Number 2, they last forever on the shelf. They never go bad. And number 3, big food has been selling the heart healthy myth since the 50s. I dare you, go to the grocery store and look for the seed oils and just look at the labels. On many of them, you're going to see the heart symbol, heart healthy, on the front of them. And it couldn't be farther from the truth. Meanwhile, real fats like butter, tallow, and olive oil were demonized because some bad science blamed cholesterol for heart disease. The result? A health crisis that's exploded over the next few decades. But here's the good news. In all this, there's a silver lining. You can change this, and it starts with your cooking fat. Let's talk alternatives, ones that are actually good for your body. What are my good go-to oils now? First and foremost, extra virgin olive oil. Full of polyphenols. We had a polyphenol episode recently, and antioxidants. They help it helps lower inflammation, support your insulin sensitivity. It's perfect for salad dressings or low heat cooking. Now, if you need to go to high heat cooking, you would go to avocado oil. And I actually use that a lot in my dressings too. It's clean, it's mild, doesn't have a strong flavor to it, and it's great for high heat cooking. It's stable and easy to use in anything from stir fry to roasted veggies. Third one I like using is coconut oil. Coconut oil is really good for you. It contains something called MCTs. Your body can use that for quick energy, and bonus, it smells amazing. And it's natural antimicrobial. Next up on the list is grass-fed butter or ghee. I prefer ghee, but you can use either. It's full of fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K2. It's real food, not chemistry class. You can use tallow, duck fat, or lard. You know, these sound old school, but they're incredibly stable and perfect for high heat cooking without breaking down or oxidizing. And don't worry, if you're wondering where to get this stuff, I'll drop links to a few of my favorite brands in the video description below. Feel free to go check those out. Now, let me give you a practical example of how to use this info. You're at the store, you want mayo. You pick up a jar, and by the way, you should be looking at every label and the ingredients specifically. If it's got more than 4 or 5 ingredients and you can't understand what they are, you probably shouldn't be buying it. But you pick up the jar, you flip it over, and the first ingredient is soybean oil. Game over. Put it back. But right next to it, there's one made with avocado oil. Boom. Easy swap. And by the way, like for dressings, there are a load of dressings that use avocado oil instead of those bad seed oils, and they're delicious. I mean, I have probably got 4 or 5 bottles in my fridge right now. And the thing was same with salad dressing, chips, even protein bars. Read the labels. This stuff is hiding in plain sight. And it will shock you. You'll find that like 90% of the foods you're ingesting have these seed oils in them. So here's the bottom line. If you watch my other video about the +1 versus -1 strategy, you already know how I think. If you didn't, go watch it. Trust me on that. Every decision is either a small win or a small loss. Every meal is a vote. Seed oils, big fat -1. Clean natural fats, massive +1. You stack enough of these wins, and suddenly you're not just managing your health, you're reclaiming it. Now, that's it for today. If you got something out of this, do me a favor. Click that like button. Drop a comment below. Tell me what seed oils you found hiding in your pantry. And to be sure to subscribe, because next up, we're going to dive into the gut-brain connection and how your food might be actually wrecking your mood and a lot of other things. Until then, ditch the junk oil, stack those +1s, and keep crushing your goals. We'll see you next time.